What if I told you the body whispers its final goodbye long before the end ever arrives? Not in screams or sirens, but in subtle signs that most of us miss until it's too late. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because understanding these signs might not just change how you say goodbye, it could change how you cherish the time that's left. As we age, our bodies become master storytellers. And for the elderly, especially those in their 70s, 80s, and beyond, the story begins to take on a quieter, more fragile tone. Doctors, caregivers, and end-of-life specialists all agree. There are subtle indicators that a person may be entering their final chapter. They don't come all at once, and they're often mistaken for just aging. But when these signs appear, especially in combination, they often point to something deeper. In this video, we're diving into 5 signs that an elderly person may be in their final year of life. These signs are not meant to diagnose, but to guide. They are signals, both physical and emotional, that can help loved ones prepare, support, and make the most of the time they have left. Let's begin. Sign 1. Rapid weight loss and muscle wasting. The first sign is rapid weight loss, particularly muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. Weight changes in older adults aren't unusual, but when someone begins to lose weight without trying, especially muscle mass, it's a red flag. This kind of weight loss can indicate that the body is struggling to absorb nutrients, metabolize food, or simply doesn't have the energy it once did to maintain basic functions. Muscle wasting doesn't just make someone look thinner, it drastically reduces their strength. You may notice they have difficulty rising from a chair, walking short distances, or even holding objects like they used to. It's not just about aesthetics. This decline increases the risk of falls, infections, and even hospitalizations. And for many, it's one of the earliest signs that the body is entering a phase of irreversible decline. Caregivers often describe it like watching someone fade. Clothes hang looser, bones become more prominent. The vitality once in their walk now reduced to a shuffle, and it can happen in a matter of months. Sign 2. Increased fatigue and sleeping. More than usual. The second sign is a sudden increase in fatigue. Not just being tired, but a deep, persistent exhaustion. You'll notice they sleep more, maybe 12 to 16 hours a day, and even when awake, they might seem mentally foggy or physically drained. This fatigue is the body's way of conserving energy. It signals that the systems, respiratory, circulatory, digestive, are all working harder than before, just to keep up with basic life functions. Sometimes this shift is misinterpreted as depression or boredom. But if an elderly person begins dozing off more frequently, skips meals because they're too tired to eat, or stops engaging in activities they once loved, it's worth paying attention. The body is shifting focus from living actively to preserving itself. It's a quiet, yet powerful transformation. Sign 3. Withdrawal and emotional detachment. The third sign is perhaps the most heartbreaking: emotional and social withdrawal. Elderly individuals nearing their final year often begin to pull away from family, from friends, from the world. They might stop answering calls, skip gatherings, or become unusually quiet in conversations. It's not that they don't care. In fact, it's often the opposite. This withdrawal can be a subconscious coping mechanism. The brain, in many cases, begins to prepare for detachment from the physical world. Psychologists refer to it as life review mode. Many elders begin reflecting more than participating. They reminisce. They talk about childhood, old memories, people who've passed on. It's as if their mind is slowly turning inward, wrapping up the story that is their life. Some may even talk about seeing loved ones who have already died, or describe vivid dreams that feel deeply spiritual or symbolic. These aren't hallucinations. They're experiences that, for many, bring peace, a quiet acceptance of what's to come. Sign 4. Repeated hospital visits or unexplained medical decline. The fourth sign is a cycle of repeated hospitalizations or sudden unexplained health dips. You'll notice the ER visits becoming more frequent. Pneumonia, UTIs, heart issues, and each time, recovery seems slower. Often, there's no clear explanation. Labs come back normal. Doctors stabilize the symptoms, but the person never quite returns to baseline. This is known in medical circles as the frailty spiral. It's when the body begins to lose its resilience. Every illness chips away a little more. The next infection becomes harder to fight. The next fall takes longer to heal. The body is doing its best, but the reserves are running low. Family members often describe this phase as something's just off. They may not be able to name it, but they feel it, and in many cases, they're right. Sign 5, changes in appetite and eating habits. The fifth and final sign is a dramatic change in appetite. The person may stop eating altogether, or only pick at small portions. Even their favorite foods no longer appeal. This isn't always a result of depression or taste changes. In the final year of life, the body often begins to shut down its digestive processes. Metabolism slows, the need for fuel decreases, and eating, which once brought comfort, now feels like a chore. You might notice them pushing food away, forgetting meals, or stating that they're just not hungry. Even fluids might be taken in less and less. In hospice care, this is a known and natural part of the dying process. The body no longer prioritizes digestion. It's focusing what little energy it has on core functions, like breathing and circulation. And while it can be painful to witness, it's not always a sign of suffering. In many ways, it's the body gently letting go. Recognizing these signs isn't about predicting the exact moment someone will pass. It's about honoring their journey. It's about being present, knowing when to hold their hand a little tighter, listen a little longer, and love a little deeper. Because when you notice the whispers, you get the rare chance to speak love louder. Whether it's spending more time with them, helping fulfill old wishes, or simply being there in silence, it all matters. These signs are not final verdicts. They are invitations to slow down, to prepare, and to cherish what remains. Every moment matters, especially the final ones. So the next time you see an aging loved one start to fade, don't look away. Look closer, because the signs are there, not to scare us, but to awaken us to the beauty of the time we still have.